think I'm gonna roll myself in the screen. What is up, everyone? In today's video, I'm gonna cover some very important topics around Google Ads for e-commerce businesses. I'm creating this theme called, so it's called the Google Ads Q&A, and I wanna do Google Ads Q&As eventually where I answer a lot of questions that my audience has. But because I don't have that big of an audience on YouTube yet, I created some questions with AI. So for this episode, it's called the Google Ads Q&AI, if that's clear. So let's just dive right in all the questions, and if you have any questions yourself, make sure to drop them in the comments below, because I will answer them within a very short time frame, because these kinds of videos are fun to create and I am here to help you. So the first question is, what are the most common mistakes you see in accounts that lead to wasted budget, and how to fix it? So the first thing is mixing up branded and non-branded traffic, because I don't care where you are, I don't care how much budget you have, the CPC, so the cost per click, will differ between branded traffic and non-branded traffic. And I see a lot of accounts still making the mistake of mixing up the two of those. And it also gives you a very weird report on how people react to your business, because you want to know how people respond to the first contact. And if people already know your brand, it will give like the wrong image in terms of conversion rates, for example. So the solution here is to not mix up branded and non-branded traffic. So to exclude brand, for example, from a PMAX campaign, set up a dedicated branded shopping campaign with scripts. And it's fairly easy. Just use the brand exclusion list and use the negative keyword list function and set up your account structure so you can exclude brand and include brand in particular campaigns. The second thing is messing up location targeting. So there are like two big mistakes in this theme, right? So the first is setting the location setting to interest. And this setting is created for, I think, flights or traveling or something. But if you don't ship to the US, for example, and you have location set to interest, then somebody from the United States being interested in traveling to the country that you are in might see your ad. Well, you don't even ship to the United States, so that doesn't make any sense, right? So always set your location settings to location and not to interest. That's the first thing. The second is different locations. The second thing is different locations perform differently. So if you have a location that really performs well compared to a location that performs bad, you want to exclude that bad performing location, right? I think that's more obvious. The third thing is bidding on keywords and products at a loss. So I audit a lot of accounts and I see still that a lot of accounts are bidding on keywords that have spent like $50 or $100 that haven't generated even one sale. And if you spend such money on one keyword or even one product, it's time to exclude that product or keyword from your campaign if you want a conversion-based campaign. Second question is, what are the things that have the most impact in terms of shopping ads performance? And the answer to this is basically two major things. The first thing is the feed. So make sure you have a good title, a good image, other relevant attributes such as GTIN, brand, everything is included in the product feed, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is the campaign structure. So if you want to advertise on the shopping ads placement, you can use Performance Max Full Build, Performance Max Feed Only, Standard Shopping, and all of those campaigns come with like a lot of ad group structure, asset group structures, bidding strategies, and everything. So I think the campaign structure basically gives you the most leverage if you use the right campaign structure. So as I said, for example, if you exclude the brand in one campaign and include it in the other, it gives you more leverage because then you know what to bid on. The same goes for low-cost products. You can push them more, for example. And in general, what I always suggest, if you have a very fresh account and a fresh brand and everything, you're just starting out, I would start out with standard shopping on maximize clicks to get in the most traffic and get the conversion ball rolling, basically. Then after you get like 20, 30 conversions, you switch over to Performance Max on maximize conversions bidding strategy. And then after you get more, like 20 or 30 more conversions, you switch over the bidding strategy within the Performance Max campaign to maximize conversion value with a target ROAS, and that way you can scale your campaign. Question 3 is, I want to spy on my competitors, but I'm not in the location that they are advertising in. What are the best ways to spy on your competition? 2 answers. One is isearchfrom.com, enabling you to basically search from wherever you are to wherever country and whichever language. So isearchfrom.com. The second thing is the Google Ads Transparency Center. So Google Ads has basically copied the Facebook ads library where you can see all the ads that all your competitors are running, and it's super easy to find it out. Just Google Google Ads Transparency Center and look it up for yourself. How do you recommend balancing between automated bidding strategies and manual bidding for optimal campaign performance? Start out with manual. If you have a fresh account, a fresh website, start out with manual, always, because you want to control your bid. When you have enough conversion data in your account, so let's say 20, 30 conversions, switch over to smart bidding, because the probability that you will outperform a smart bidder with your manual bidding is very unlikely. So I would always suggest to switch over to smart bidding as fast as you can, but you have to have sufficient conversion data. So manual until like 30, 40 conversions in the account, and then smart bidding all the way. I am interested in expanding internationally. What are the most best practices for running Google Ads campaigns in multiple languages and regions? I would suggest you rock one country first. So play one country, like play the game in one country and make sure you have everything aligned. So the campaign structure, bidding strategies, best performing products, eliminate the worst performing products, etc., etc., etc. And when you have an account in one location that works really well, just copy and paste the framework in new countries and make sure like everything is aligned. So language is set up right and not just translate it, but like make sure a good copywriter looks into it in terms of the landing pages, the entire website actually, but also in terms of the ad copy and all the extensions and everything. And also in terms of the product feed. So make sure everything is aligned, and also make sure the currency is right, the currency of the feed is right, and the payment processing is right. So for example, in Germany, a lot of people use PayPal. If you are advertising in France, I think the PayPal usage is a bit lower. So you go from France to Germany, you have to include PayPal on your website. I'm considering incorporating YouTube ads into my marketing mix. What are some key differences between running ads versus traditional Google ads? YouTube ads is a whole other game. And depending on your goal, you're like on YouTube, you're interrupting people who are scrolling, watching videos, etc., etc. On Google, you're catching intent. So it's a whole other level. But I would say if you're starting out and you want to expand to Google or to YouTube ads, set aside like 10 to 15% to test awareness on YouTube and see what your brand searches look like the trend of your brand searches. And besides that, you can use another 10 to 15% of your budget to work towards conversion-based YouTube ads, because the likelihood that they will work is there. And I've seen it work on low budgets as well. So Google recommends only running YouTube ads if you can spend I think it's 15 times the CPA or something if you want to run conversion YouTube ads. That's not right. You can start like conversion-based YouTube ads with like 30, 40 euros a day or 30, 40 dollars a day, and just test it out for a couple of weeks, see how that performs. Best practice here is always to use like the content that works best on all the other channels. So for example, Meta ads, Instagram, Facebook ads, Pinterest, TikTok. If you have like video content that works good there, there's a big likelihood that it works good on YouTube as well. I'm interested in remarketing strategies for e-commerce. What are effective ways to retarget visitors and previous customers using Google Ads? Remarketing, I would suggest you doing it via display, via YouTube, or via demand generation. And in either one of those, I would always attach a feed. And remember, the more relevant you can be, the higher the CTR and the higher the conversion rates will be. And fun fact about demand generation is that that is the only campaign type where you can use lookalike audiences. So if you want to tap into a whole new market or a whole new audience, I would suggest using demand generation and running a lookalike audience with that. And those are already all of the questions of today. Thank you so much for watching this Q&A. I haven't introduced myself, I think. So in case you don't know me and you got to the end of the video, congratulations. My name is Floris van Vleuten. I own a advertising company, Amplifize, which is a Google Ads specific company and specifically for e-commerce business. So we're pretty niche down and we know what we're doing when we talk about running Google Ads for e-commerce businesses. On this channel, I'm answering questions, showing you insights on cases, showing you what you can do in terms of strategy and everything that comes in between that. So if you like these kinds of videos, I would suggest you subscribing to this channel. And for now, I would wish you a very good day. Bye-bye.